masses. Man, you now tuned in to purpose and practice. Ayy, yeah, purpose and practice. Keep your mental sharp, learn all the tactics. Dr. Ross dropping knowledge to the masses. Man, you now tuned in to purpose and practice. Ayy, yeah, purpose and practice. Podcast game, ayy, he got it mastered. Sign call. It's a 9-core banger. Dr. Ross.
Yo, what up?
Yeah.
Yo, peace. We got first of all, we are back with Purpose and Practice, another episode. We're episode number 16. Who would have thought? 2 months ago, we started this grind. Shout out to Mr. Encore, setting me up with the great intro. And also was the first guest on the show, and a lot of what I'm doing was inspired by some of the things that he did. So definitely a shout out, because I always want to shout folks out who kind of helped me and inspired me and motivated me. Remember, at Purpose and Practice, we all about that. We about finding our purpose and then practicing that purpose and making it to where we're experts at what we're doing. I can't wait to get into this episode number 16. But before we do that, I want to just give a shout out to you all, the community, who's supporting the show. Y'all are really crazy supporting the show,
Yeah, sure.
Whether it's on YouTube, whether you're checking us out on Twitch. I've been dropping the link now on Instagram, on IG. I can't wait till I can stream live on IG, because it's really going to be popping once I can do that. Those of you on Facebook, definitely shout out to y'all as well. This is an episode that I'm really excited about. The brother that we got on today, Larry Friday, I remember him as a young man, and I've been watching him, on from afar on social media. And when I tell you the brother is good people, but is focused, and I was people need to feel this focus that he's moving in, because if you're following him on social media, you're seeing the moves that he's making. But see, my whole thing is because sometimes people see the results of the moves that we make, but they need to see what's happening behind the scenes, and the struggle and the sacrifice and what we have to go through to reach those jewels and to reach that prosperous state where we're I'm ready now. So that's what we're all about. And with that said, Larry, Thank you for joining the show. How you feeling, bro? How you feeling?
I'm good, man. I'm good. I'm exhausted, but I'm good, man. I'm blessed, man. Just excited, man, for another year to be alive and just, try to find more ways to the bag, man. That's the goal for me, bro. That's it.
Yo, another year. It's funny that you say that, another year alive, because that's really how we moving right now. It's surviving advance right now. That's our whole, but you're right. Another year alive, but more importantly, another year serving your purpose. If you don't mind, just starting off the show, telling us a little bit about what you're doing right now.
So right now, my hands is in a bunch of different things. I feel like I'm guessing in a way, but I just feel I don't shake hands with people for no reason. People who I just meet for the first time. I feel like it's all God's vision, all God's plan. Whoever I shake hands with, and so right now, I've been signed to Mario Winans for a couple years now, and we recently just started working on a Power TV show for the season 2. So I got a couple of joints coming out with that for the end of the year, which is super dope. And the cleaning service is obviously popping because, everybody needs sanitation. So on the other side of that, I've been doing cleaning up and down. Even though I'm the CEO, I get my hands dirty every morning. Every time you get a call, I don't believe in me just sitting back and just letting the money come in. Like, that's corny. I feel like in order to profit more money, you got to work. You got to work. There's no way. So instead of me just paying a bunch of workers, and that we do, I just still believe in still getting my hands dirty and still keeping some of that profit to myself. So, between those two and just like investing in little small opportunities, if you haven't been to the DriveThru Experience, there's a movie theater in Neptune, New Jersey, that I invested in small a donation to that situation as well. Shout out to Curtis, who put me in that situation. Another hustler, man, somebody who I super believe in, who brought me up in the game as well. So definitely shout outs to him. And that's it, man. Just hustling, bro.
Yo, you saying that's it?
Yeah.
That, yo, you just like you said a lot, fam. Like it's like, what was the theater? Speak about that theater a little bit more.
Experience.
What is it? The
DriveThru Experience.
The DriveThru Experience. All right.
They've been open since like I want to say August or so, and they closed October 31st.
Okay.
So yeah, I had my hands in a little donation there, and just keeping my hands moving pretty much.
The DriveThru Experience. So I remember coming up, and I'm a little older than you. Like we had DriveThru, and I remember, it's funny because if you on right by the motor vehicle, a little further down, there was a DriveThru by the club where Cluck U is now. It was like right back there. True. Okay. And like that's where we used to go. When I was a kid, my parents used to take us to the DriveThru there. And when I saw it on social media, and I forget what was the first movie y'all played?
It was, if I'm not mistaken, it was Creed.
True, it was Creed. What? Yes,
yeah,
yes. And people was like sending out flicks like, "Yo, we watching Creed. It's a DriveThru," because it was perfect. Because at that point in time, and I don't even know where we're at right now in terms of like restrictions and being in movie theaters, but you couldn't be in a movie theater. It was like the perfect thing. Yeah. So was that the kind of thinking that went into that? Like, yo, let's bless people.
I mean, Curtis Moreland came up with this idea to even support his community and to try to have some fun in the community, so it wouldn't be as much violence or violence at all. He tried to make something that the families can come together and have dinner and a movie. They can come together and just watch a movie together. Everybody just eat food, just kind of have like a movie party in a sense. You know what I'm saying?
True.
So of course be safe also, but just stay in your cars, whatever. Everybody, it's cool, man. It's been a cool vibe.
Yo, that's what's up, man. And that's the vibe that I got. And I feel like whenever you like come in and bring in something that is going to benefit the people, and you're not coming from like when you first start, it's like, yo, I'm just trying to make money. But it's more of like, yo, how can I change lives? Like, how can I like be a positive, influence or a positive, aspiration, something that people are aspiring to, or changing a quality of life. Well, I find when we take that approach, it's like a million times better, you know. It's a million times better. And that's how I saw that. When I was like, yo, that was like a brilliant idea. That was a brilliant idea, fam. Yeah. Brilliant. So, yo, we on the show, you talk about all the things you're involved in, and you ain't even go deep into everything, and we're gonna get into everything. We're gonna get there though. Yeah. We trust me, we're gonna get there. But what I like to do is, because sometimes, especially for young people who are listening, or for parents, who may be parenting young folks, teenagers and everything, sometimes we need to know the backstories, and we need to know that it wasn't always sweet, that it wasn't always like I had this great idea, I had this great vision, I was on point, and I know, speaking for my own self personally, there were things that I had to grow through in order to be, what I am and who I am now. So With that said, what I like to start the show off on is like kind of going back and like us getting to know Larry, you know, as an elementary school student, as a middle school student, as a high school school student. If you don't mind just kind of sharing some of, you know, your perspective growing up.
Sure. I was bad as a kid, no lie. I mean, if anybody remember Coach George, I mean, we had 6, 7 people in our classroom. And it wasn't that we were dumb. It was that we just couldn't focus in class. The jokesters in class, we were just bad, didn't really care about school. It's not that we were raised in a hood, some of us. It's not that our parents were crackheads or whatever you want to call it. It was just that we just couldn't function. It was something else that had our attention. So in that was high school, middle school. I mean, it's the same thing. I grew up in a Christian household, but like I said, like when you got to school, it was totally different. Your parents wasn't there. There was no Bible there. It was just you in school, you chilling with your friends and whatever everybody was into. You kind of just had your hands somewhere. You know what I'm saying? That's kind of how it was. But I would say in high school, when I did have to go to Mr. George's class, Coach George's class, I had to pick an elective. I didn't like no elective at the high school. So I said, you know what, forget it. Let me just go to this piano class. Hopefully she don't got me doing nothing crazy in there. You know what I'm saying? I go to the piano class. No lie. I give it like maybe a month of her like getting written up. I sit in front of the piano to play this piece. And she says, Larry, how'd you learn how to play this piece without looking at the sheet music? And I look at her and be like, I don't know. I'm just playing, and I'm saying, playing what you told me to play.
True.
And from there, something clicked. So shout out to Miss Powers. Those of you who do know her,
I remember her. Yes.
If I ever see you again, I owe you a super big hug. I owe you $1 trillion if I ever get it. Because that right there just it brought out something that I never had. I thought I was going to play track or something. I was good at that, in my opinion. Wow. I ended up going to the church and started to just soak in my parents, my mom. I just started soaking in everything that they did when they were at church. And then one day I came home and like the church had donated me a piano. I played every day. And, so I still stayed in school. I made sure I graduated. I went to college for 2 years at Brookdale. Failed every semester. I was just there pretty much to go chill, bro. It wasn't even like I passed. But there's something that happened during that whole process. I feel like when I was there, I got opportunities to go on the road and opportunities to do different opportunities in music. And once I had those opportunities and a couple checks came in, I said, yo, why am I going to school again? And my dad was like, no, stay in school. I don't care about none of this extra stuff. And I didn't listen to him. For some reason, I just went my own way. My dad always wondered, how are you getting this money? I hope you're not selling drugs, and this is not how we brought you up. And I had to keep explaining to him, no, Dad, like, I'm telling you, like, music took over, and this opportunity just brought me to a really good place. And I went to a club one night. And I was always fashionable. I feel like even as a kid, I grew up wearing used clothes. My mom took us to thrift shops until maybe I was in the 10th grade. And I always found the way to make the clothes look like it was $1 million. You know what I'm saying? So when I went to this club, I was dressed up. I was nice. And this guy came up to me and was like, hey, what do you do? It was like a club in Redding. Never forget it. And I'm like, I don't know, bro. Like I do music. I like doing music and stuff like that. He said, yo, I'm going VIP and get yourself a bottle and tell him that I sent you over there.
Wow.
I'm like, bro, who is this? I'm not sure if it was like something weird going on with the guy.
Yeah.
He kept complimenting me, you know what I'm saying? So he gave me his card. He was like, yo, take my card and I'll talk to you tomorrow. So I take his car and I hit him up, and he was like, yo, I need you to come to my house. I have something for you. So I said, all right, cool. So I meet this guy at his house, and he was like, yo, I have an opportunity to build a studio, a whole floor studio in Freehold. Wow. And I want you to be the co-owner with me. Wow. And not only the co-owner, mind you, bro, I'm 23 years old. I don't know what you're talking about. Get what I'm saying? And he was like, I heard you do music, and that's cool. So he ended up talking to somebody that I know, and he started, bigging me up. And he was like, yo, I need you to put a team together. I need you guys to make music every day. I don't care about the bills. I'm going to pay all the bills.
Wow.
And from that business, we had that business for 5 years. We had that business for 5 years, and I can say that it taught me a lot. It taught me that failure wasn't an option. This one guy had a house in Lakewood. He was taking care of his mom, taking care of his daughter. And I remember when things got slow, and he just like stuck by my side. Anything that I need, he always took care of me. And it was just an amazing thing, man. Like, and I can never forget him. It's he was special. He was really, really special to me. He taught me a lot, man. Like, even to be a boss that I am now, I don't think that I would never be the boss that I am now if I didn't meet him.
You dropped you dropped a lot, yo. You was going in. Like, and it's so many things that caught my attention, and I think back to, because I was just having this conversation with my son about, what you want to do in life. Like, what is it that you want to do? And he's only 10. So, he's saying this, saying that. But you talked about kind of choosing a different path than that was one of the things you talked about. You talked about a lot, but choosing a different path than what maybe, even at the time, your dad thought like something different for you, and you said, like, if I remember correctly, he was like, I don't even know what made me kind of like go left when he was saying go right, but you did, and that's like, that's crazy. That is crazy, because when those kind of expectations are on us, we feel like, all right, my dad knows best. Let me try this. Let me go through. But you had this vision. It's almost like you had a vision of like, nah. And even if you weren't even like aware of that vision, it was like you were moving on a whole different frequency. Did you ever think during that time that you was like, yo, maybe I need to just do what my dad said. Maybe I need to just stay in college. Maybe I need to like, did that ever like touch you mentally?
So I would say no. I feel like every stage from that moment, for instance, I never had no equipment, no musical equipment in my whole career, except for that I purchased. I've always been blessed to be around equipment to make music, to make money. The people who have purchased that equipment have never asked for no money. They've always invested into me. I believe when people do invest into you, there's something there, not only that you see, but somebody else sees. When somebody else sees that, there's, you know what I'm saying? That means the sky's the limit.
True.
If you see it on your own, then that's cool. That's like, oh yeah, I want to be a rapper. If don't nobody come to you, you get what I'm saying? If the stuff is not lining up, either you're not doing something right, or it's just not meant for you to do it.
True.
You know what I'm saying? And that's no heat to anybody. It's just, I just feel like, to me, that's just how I got it. You get what I'm saying? Like, that's how I got it. And not to say that that I was extremely talented at that time. I said that somebody saw something in me. Whatever that something was, I saw it, and it was fun to me.
Yo.
You know what I'm saying? It was fun to me, but somebody saw something that was, but I thought it was fun. So because I thought it was fun and I made a couple of dollars doing it, I said, no, I'm just going to keep doing this. You know what I'm saying? And eventually, like, it was just endless, bro. And my 20s were amazing only because I got to experience a lot that I would have never experienced if I would have stayed in Long Branch and stayed at Brookdale and went to school to be a teacher like the rest of my family. I would have never experienced what I experienced in my 20s.
You I can already tell, like, I got a list of like, all right, 2 podcasts. I need 2 with this person, 3 with this person. And usually I can tell by like the first 20 minutes, a half hour, it's like, okay, I need another hour or 2 with him. So I already put you in that category. Like, all right, I need 2 more episodes with him. So, but you know, just that part about like someone seeing something in you that you may not even see at the time, you know, like, and I'm a strong believer in that, of like, speaking into existence the future. Like I'm real like, as a teacher I did that, as a coach I did that, as a dad I do that now. You know what I'm saying? Like, as a leader I do that. Like, because, and you talked about that situation with Miss Power, and when she was like, like, you want another basically you want another level, like, and you may not have even realized that at that point, you know, but you took it to like another extreme, and it was something that, it sounds like it moved you away from what a lot of your family was doing, in terms of, because shout out to your family, bro. Like Miss Friday for me, when you talk about Miss Power for you, like Miss Friday was that for me, you know. So like, she was like, it wasn't many Black educators, and she was one, and she made sure, when I tell you, she wrapped her arms around us. So like, real talk,
super special, bro.
Real talk, you know. So to break away, like to kind of be like, I'm gonna try this new path. I'm gonna try, you know, that had to be like, is this the right move? Am I moving the right way? But it sounds like you was like, you were driven. It sounds like you were straight, and from the product that I see now, you were operating on like a whole different level. And one of the things, you know, Larry, if you don't mind, I think it's important for people to hear. I felt like there was a time where I had to break away and be like, I'm gonna do something different. Like, but it's not easy to do. It's not easy.
Nah.
And what I would love for you to talk about is like how you did it, like how you broke away and tried something that may have been seen outside of the box, wasn't going to college, wasn't doing that. Like, can you talk about like, you know, how you had the courage to do that?
So after the studio, after my 20s, not even after my 20s, just during that time, I had one friend, Andrew Parker, from Neptune, New Jersey. And at one point in his life, he was just a dreamer with me. It don't matter what I said. It don't matter if I said, I think we can make $1 million out of this wire right here. By the end of the day, he would say, let's find a way to put these 2 wires together and make $1 million, bro. So he used to go on a road with me. Like, when we used to go to the labels, he used to set up my laptop for the shows, everything that we used to do. And when he went home, he was in a relationship where I used to drop him off. Larry making all the money. Why you coming home with this little check for? Like, you're not even doing nothing. Like, Larry getting all the bread. You're not even making no money. I used to hear that. I used to drop him off. And I'm saying front door. I used to hear that all the time.
Wow.
And it just, it messed me up only because a couple years ago, he like committed suicide. You know what I'm saying? And it told me that it don't matter what somebody's saying to you. It don't matter. It don't matter if somebody's saying, you a bum. Like whatever you got a vision for is corny. It ain't gonna work. I promise you. I remember when those days happened, and I told myself, I don't care who it is. It could be my dad. I love my parents to death, but they will never stop me from achieving anything that I want to achieve. And it doesn't matter what it is. If I say I'm making $1 million, one day I'll make that $1 million. But the fact of the matter is that people's words can really mess you up from achieving anything you want to do. And as soon as they do that, most of us just break out and say, you know what, F it. I'm about to get a job at McDonald's. I'm about to just stay for the rest of my life. Not knowing that you could have been a person to make Facebook. You could have been a person to create Instagram. You have no idea. You know what I'm saying? So after that happened, I keep him by my side. And every time I say, yo, I'm about to start this cleaning service, I remember him in the back of my head like, yo, let's do it, bro. We lit. Right now.
Yo, so that right there, that story and how you said like you would hear that, like the negative energy basically coming. Because what I find is that, and you probably would agree, when we're on this path to what I see as our destiny, like this is the greatness that we supposed to be embracing. There are people who like, yo, that ain't it. That ain't what you're supposed to be doing. Like, why are you doing this? Why are you doing that? And it's like, you got to stay like committed. You got to stay focused. And you can hear all this on the outside, like that can impact you and make you say, like you said, all right, I just need to get a regular 9 to 5. Like, I just need to like, do things that are going to make me look good in this person's perspective or that person's perspective. And, I respect that, and RIP, to me, who was like a comrade with you, like, and it seems like a lot of what you're doing right now is still inspired
for sure
by your relationship. Like it seems like that's like keeping you going like through this marathon. Larry, you saying a lot, bro. And you saying, trust me, you are saying so much because we've all been there. We've all, whether it's our significant other, whether it's our girl, you know what I'm saying, or our man saying, yo, why you doing this? You need to be doing that. Or whether it's our aunt, our uncle, our mom, or our dad, like, yo, get out of that, get out of this. But it was like you had this vision, and it seems like the vision was so endearing to you and it was so important to you that you was like, I'm not letting this go. Like this is where, this is where I'm headed. And that's what I want young people to hear.
Yeah.
Because I truly believe if you have that vision and you keep like a practice in terms of like, yo, I want to hone this. I want to get better. I want to be an expert at whatever it is. It's going to happen. It's mathematically impossible for it not to happen, So thank you for sharing that, man, because it's not a straight path. It's not always a straight path to like, oh, I did this, I did that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I did. Yeah. Like one of the things, one of the things that attracted me to like, I want to reach out and I want to get the brother on the show is your entrepreneurial spirit, right? Like I'm 45 years old and I have just like got my own LLC. I was like, yo, I want to get an LLC. I want to, you know what I'm saying? Like I just did that at 45 and it's nothing wrong with that. But I was like, when I was seeing you and the work that you were doing, I was like, yo, this brother is really doing big things. Can you talk to us about how you kind of got that motivation to be like, yo, I'm gonna be a business owner. Like I wanna move to that realm as well. Can you talk about the process that you went through in the preparation that it took to begin and start your own business?
All right, so I would say to a lot of people, before I even get into it, is that when you begin entrepreneurship or even when you have a vision, do not go into it without having no money. Again, every Friday you should have a paycheck. If it ain't from your business, it should be from a job. So before I even started the entrepreneurship, as far as the cleaning business, I had a job. right? I was still doing music. I would get off work, go take a shower, come to the studio. Whatever my email said, I'm working on my email, sending the music out, back to next day, time to go to work. And mind you, it was a 40-minute difference from the studio to where I was going.
Wow.
But I'm at work, and one day, no lie, I'm at this company, and this company did restoration where if anybody had a flood in their house, they would come and restore the walls, whatever it was, remove the mold, all of this stuff, right? So I'm at this place, and they was like, yo, we don't have no cleaning service. Like we need somebody a faithful company to come and clean. You see where I'm at?
Yeah, I see it.
A bulb just went up. I'm sitting next to my boss. The bulb went up, right? I says, yo, so what you need to start a cleaning company? He said, nah, well, just the LLC, make sure it's official, and we need like general liability. I said, all right, word. No lie, right? My partner just tapped in just now, David Pickett. Shout out to him.
Shout out.
I'm sitting at a church service, and I tell him like, yo, I might just start this cleaning service. I'm waiting for like a couple of months like to get my bread up. He was like, nah, let's do it tomorrow.
Yo, word.
So let me tell you how God worked, right? Because I so hard that God's vision is so much bigger than ours.
True.
My brother who died, this is his cousin, right? And when he came to me, I believe that this is his cousin talking to me. This is his little cousin. Like, they were together all the time. I used to drop him off. He used to be with him. And then as soon as he said that, let's go do this tomorrow, I
knew what time it was.
Up and we went and started this company the very next day. I went to my boss. He gave me a contract for the whole year for all the properties.
Wow.
Like, we ain't never cleaned in our life. But I've always been an organized person. I've always been at my house. I've always kept everything clean.
Wow.
So I knew how to clean. I just didn't know how to operate a bigger scale of cleaning. You know what I'm saying? So what we do, he studied on his side, I studied on my side. We came together before every house we cleaned, before every building we cleaned. We built the plan, we got the chemicals, and we just went to work for that whole year. Our first year, we went to work by ourselves.
Yo,
he had a security job. He went to work. He got off at 8 o'clock in the morning. We set up at 8:30, 9 o'clock, and went to the job at 10 o'clock. Got the jobs done. Next day, same thing. Now, remind you, I'm still doing the studio. After we get off, I'm taking a shower. I'm going to the next thing. So now, not only am I a full-time entrepreneur, but now I got money coming in every Friday. Now, remember what I said? If you don't have it, remember what I said? If you don't have it every Friday, you got to make sure that's coming in.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? So that's kind of how it was coming. So with the entrepreneurship, remember it started when I was 23, when I first opened up that business in Freehold. And I began to soak that in. But when I had to do everything myself and do everything with David Pickett, we started to realize like, yo, this is kind of expensive. And then from the properties, we ended up getting our own band, getting our own chemicals and everything, just uniforms and all that stuff. And it just became a professional business.
And you learned it. You learned the business.
Oh yeah. As soon as that light went up that said, this is an open opportunity to do something. Now remember, the music industry is saturated. You got A&R CEOs, sons that's in the business that ain't never make a beat in their life, and they make $1 million.
True.
But they have no talent in this world. True. So again, that whole industry is saturated. Not to say that I will never give it up. I love it. I will always find a way to get my way inside a door. Cool. But if somebody came to me and said there's an opportunity open, oh yeah, past that, I'm gonna figure out a way to get into that. Absolutely. So as soon as my boss said that there was a cleaning service that ain't nobody have, oh yeah, that's me, bro.
That's you.
That's that. I need all of that.
Yo, shout out to David Pickett. Like, yo, shout out to you, fam. Because we all know that we can't do this on our own. It's a village. And although, Larry is our guest, but I love the fact that he's paying homage to those who have been a part of his team. and a part of his family, whether it's entrepreneurship or whether it's going back to some teachers who kind of like pushed him and got him to think differently about his talents. Yo, you got me thinking. You really, really got me thinking, because I'm thinking like, as an educator, right? Like, my job as an educator is to create opportunities for, middle school, high school students to be ready to enter the workforce or career force, right? And I'm thinking about what you're telling me, and I'm like, yo, I think about all of the courses that we offer, which are very important, but I'm like, if they can hear from someone like you and telling like stories of like, yo, this is what I did. This is how I did it. Whether it's developing an LLC, those stories and those things are very, very important. And I think that sometimes as educators, we miss that boat. Like we miss it, we totally miss it in terms of entrepreneurship. What I would like for you to if you can talk to forever, however long you feel, in high school, if there was a program or something that you think can be instituted at that level, at the high school level, to help young people understand, like before they go through 2 years of Brookdale or whatever, like, yo, you can start a business right now. Or what's your business plan as a high school student, as opposed to, after high school? Like, what can you see that happening in a high school?
So I think that there should be 2 courses in high school that they do not have. Credit building. It ain't no who teaching that.
Yeah.
I ain't learned nothing about credit until maybe in my mid-20s. And that's because my first 20s, I just thought because of the money that was there, it was going to keep coming. I just kept spending it. You know what I'm saying? But if we had some type of course that'd teach credit building, it'd be a different world. And not only that, a business class that taught you about business, obviously, like about the different stages, the steps of business. You know what I'm saying? How to start your own business, taxes, 1099s, teach you how to all that stuff. And I feel like if they had that class, not to say that everybody would veer from college, but they would have a different outlook on how they should move. I feel like right now, school and the government is just a tunnel vision way to say, you got to spend all of this money to be a doctor. And once you a doctor, you got to spend all of this money, put it right back into the government and put it right back into all these banks that gave you all this money to go to school. And I just feel like there's more opportunities than just being a teacher, being a doctor. You know what I'm saying? There's more opportunities out there. And the opportunities are you. You are the opportunity. Like, you are the opportunity. You walk around and you at school have no idea that you could be the opportunity. And that's the crazy thing. Like, I never actually thought about it until I got older. You know what I'm saying? And that it did something to me, because every time I see a kid and I just be like, yo, like, you talented, bro. You really going to do something. And you can see it, though. Some kids have an automatic gift from birth. You can see it when they go to middle school, high school. Some of the kids from Long Branch are beasts, man. Like,
true. I agree.
Games, Long Branch kids, football is crazy. They're going crazy. But you know what I'm saying? Like, so the gift is there. It's just that, like, sometimes the streets take them away. Sometimes, like, and that makes me mad too. I feel like they're selfish. Like, why are you taking these kids when you know they got a gift to do something? Let them do something. Let them do it. Like, let them do something, because you know what they're gonna turn around and do for the city. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, it's crazy to see that. But on the other end of that, like, the kids got to believe that, but they only could believe that if somebody is feeding that to their brain. And nobody's doing that, because the tunnel vision is saying, oh yeah, I need you to be a teacher. I need you to be a doctor. From there, from high school, I need you to do 4 years of college. That's it. Like, it's all it is, the tunnel vision to do one thing. So entrepreneurship is never going to be talked. They don't want you to be your own boss. They want you to be a worker.
Wow. In that, yo, you dropping, fam. Like, because I think about in that's one of the things that, I raise my kids with. It's like, all right, I want y'all to understand the power of entrepreneurship, the power of being your own boss. you know. And my son just asked me recently. We were taking a walk the other day, and he was like, you know, I was like, you know, you want to be in a business or a career that you love doing what you do. And he was like, well, do you love doing what you do? And it's like, yo, kids ask you questions that you're like, yo, wow. Like, you know, because I wasn't even prepared to answer that question, you know? But it also let me know that his mind is thinking about, yo, I want to be happy and I want to feel passionate about what it is that I'm doing. And as I listen to you talk, I'm just feeling all kind of passion, fam. Like I'm feeling like the energy that I'm feeling is it puts me in the mind of like, yo, I just think about if I was a junior or a senior in high school and I was listening to you talk right now, it may have been enough to change my life. And I love my life, but it may have been enough to be like, yo, it's not all about college. And that's not a bad thing, but there's this, you know? So I really salute and I truly, truly appreciate, you know, what you're bringing to the show, because part of the Purpose in Practice show is that, you know, I believe that there's many roads to, and I don't like to use the term success, but there's many roads to our goals, our passion, you know, the things that really excite us, and not getting one tracked as you describe, you know. What I would like, if you could share with us, like, yo, was it ever a time where, as confident as you are right now, and as much as you believe, that you felt this failure and you felt like, yo, maybe this ain't it, you know? And if it wasn't a time like that, share that too. But
now,
like
2012.
Talk to us.
As rough as I am, people see me and be like, you know what I'm saying? Like 2012, I cried like a baby. At the time I was in a relationship and I was on the phone with this girl, like crying, like, yo, I don't know what I'm gonna do. Like, I don't got no money. I'm broke right now. I got a fly car, but it ain't nothing. I'm broke. It's nothing happening. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know what else I'm gonna do next. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes I feel like you need those moments. I feel like you need those times where you just talk to yourself and maybe you do cry. You never know how you're going to feel like those times where you a little stressed.
True.
You know what I'm saying? But I just feel like that time really just made me believe like, yo, like I did have a smidget of success before this little breakdown in my room. So why not just see where it's going to take me? You know what I'm saying? And I just said, you know what? After that day, I said, nah, I'm back outside. I'm gonna figure this thing out, like whatever it is. And the thing about it is that all you doing is just figuring it out. Like there is no like plan sometimes. Sometimes the plan is just you figuring it out.
True.
And I feel like the pride of a lot of people won't allow you to figure it out. 50 Cent says something that like really stuck to me, and people think that he's super ignorant. But the guy is rich. Super rich. One thing he said was, if you are talking to somebody who ain't got nothing going on, what kind of information is he offering you? So when I heard that, I only surround myself around people who got money or got a dream to get money. At the end of the day, that's what we're here for, to make money for our families and to be successful. That's exactly what we're here for. So when I heard that, I didn't like diss my friends or whoever I had around me. But when it came to business, when it came to me being a visionary, I had to surround myself around visionaries. I had to surround myself around people who was talking outrageous about their vision in order for me to get involved in mine.
Wow. Yo, talking outrageous about visions. And one of the things I'm gonna just be straight up, like 50, like I always been a 50 fan.
Yeah,
Cause he's somebody who, I say this, no matter what you want to say about him, he believed in him, and he bet against him since I've known him as an artist, and this is going back to like 1998. 1997, because you mentioned like A&R. I was fortunate enough to be a roommate. Shout out to to Smiles, who was my roommate. He was an A&R and Bad Boy Entertainment, and he was schooled up under Puff. So he was my roommate, like in college, and he put me on to so many artists. And he also put me on, though, more importantly, is like, yo, betting on you. And I remember listening to 50 early, and I was like, yo, he just talking mad reckless. But when I think back now and I look at what he is now, I'm like, yo, that reckless talk was this confidence of like, yo, I'm like how you talking. This is what I'm going to be.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
This is, yo, and it makes so much sense to me now, So and I love that what you just dropped about in terms of people can be putting negative energy in your ear.
Yeah.
And what we need to focus on in order to stay, on our path. Yo, it's like it's fire, fam. It's that studio must be like, because I'm thinking like, all right, yo, Ant was in that studio when we did our thing, and now here you are in that studio, if you could tell us a little bit more about, speaking of that studio, TRS, what y'all represent, and what the science is with TRS.
So Twerk Recording Studios was built, I'm gonna say like 4 or 5 years ago. One of my business partners came to us and was like, yo, I want to start a studio, but not only a studio business, but I want to have a private studios for all the label artists to kind of come and to bring their artists here. So Odell Davis and LaShawn Thomas are two of the partners who were touring musicians at that time and still are touring musicians. And they play for everybody. I can't even name so many people. It's just insane. But they were the ones who kind of had that side of the business where they brought the people who they played for or the manager for another artist. They had the connection to bring them there. Anthony Miller's another partner who had A&R's mindset in his brain. He handles all of our money. He's a super genius when it comes to that side.
Wow.
And he knows about every piece of music that is built.
Wow.
And I just come in and just compose music. So I feel like we all came together with all of our strengths and build a successful business. And from that business, we were able to get a couple of items on Empire, the TV show, Power. And we were able to get some artists from The Voice here on the TV show, from The Four, the TV show, and it just goes on and on. Like, we just we meet more people, and the more people we meet, we gather up here and we just just work as we work, man. It's just endless talent around the world, and I just feel like there was an artist that came over here from Finland, and they came to our studio for like a whole week, and it was amazing because I never would have thought that we'll have somebody overseas to come to our little studio and to come work for a week, and it just goes to show that, like, when you put a limit on what you do, I just feel like God just comes in and be like, yeah, what's wrong with you? Like, you're bugging, bro. So he brought somebody from Finland and got us to work with them, and it was super dope. And just opportunities just came from everywhere. And like I said, we just been blessed to do like some really cool things. And I believe that we're going to do a lot more. And it's the crazy thing is that, like, now that we got this business, there's so many other businesses now that we have opened on top of that one. So we're not here as much. But when we are here, we try to be effective and we try to get our job done and move on to the next task. So I just believe in, like, the brotherhood that we built over the years. And the crazy thing about that industry is you can't trust a lot of people. That industry is super dirty. And I could say that my brothers and my business partners who I have built with, I trust them with my last dollar. I trust them with my social security number. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Real talk, yeah.
you know what I'm saying? Like these are like really my brothers that I never would trade for the world.
Wow.
And like when we started this business, and like I said, like we have our ups and downs in the business, but that never stops us from coming here and still achieving the goal for the day. Whoever calls, we still come in and handle the work, you know. So that's just how we do here. But it's just I feel like it started as a private business where we got the labels, and then it became clients came from different cities and states, and we just like began to work and start an actual studio business.
Yo, you got my mind. You got my mind working, man, because sometimes we become so one track and we think that the only way out is to go to college, get a degree, do this, do that. And it's no shame in that, because you know what? I did that. You know that's what I did.
No
so it's no shame in
everybody's goal.
Yes.
Right. That's not everybody. Everybody shouldn't try to achieve that. I don't think that's for everybody. You know, like I said, I remember going to college and studying for a test, like actually staying in my room, blocking myself. When it's time to take that test, I don't remember how to spell my middle name.
Yes.
I'm like, oh, I don't remember not knowing this test. Like, what am I sitting here for? Yeah. Right? I ended up being on academic probation for a whole year. I'm like, bro, this is not it.
This ain't it. Yeah, this ain't it.
I'm a quitter. It's just saying that there was another path for me that I had no clue about, that I never tapped into. And then when I tapped into it, I realized that college wasn't even a thought in my mind to even take. And after that, I ain't take another test in my life. So, you know what I'm saying? So,
yo, shout out. Listen, parents out there, right? Understanding. All right. We all know, we want our kids to graduate high school. We feel we're like, all right, we want them to graduate high school. But find out what makes your children tick.
Yes.
What that fire in them. Because trust me, they are trying to show you, but you may not be seeing it because you are thinking that, well, that's not college. That's not like, being a doctor, being a lawyer. Find it like listen, put those ears on where you're really, really listening to what interests your children, because trust me, there is a profession out there that they can. My son, he loves video games. He loves streaming. He loves creating content. Right. And if I ask him about creating a YouTube channel or a Twitch channel and how to create content, he could tell me in 2 seconds. He'll write a whole 5 pages on that. But if I ask him something about, hey, the going to college or something, he's not really, at this point, he's not really beat. So my whole thing is like, all right, well, how do I capitalize off of what he's interested in and understanding that creating content on YouTube, on Twitch, on Facebook, whatever it is, that can be something that's monetized. That is something that can end up being a career. So parents out there, don't shame your kids if they have different ideas than we may have had growing up, of success. So, I already put it out there. I'm definitely gonna be coming back to you for another episode, like, because there's some things that I really want to dig deeper into. That in an hour we didn't have time to do. But what I would, as we wind down, one of the things that I would like to ask you is if you had some advice, right, that you would give to your younger self, whether it's your middle school self, your high school self, and that may help some other, middle school students, high school students, or even people right out of high school. Like that first year out of high school, second year out of high school, what advice would you give your younger self if you had to give your younger self some kind of advice?
Shoot for the stars, man. A lot of us feel like that ceiling is like super low. You know what I'm saying? Like some of the households are only right here. You know what I'm saying? But once you step outside, you just believe that because your household ceiling is right here, that's all you see. You know what I'm saying? When I say shoot for the stars, I mean like whatever is in your brain to do, whatever was in my brain to do it. When I was younger, I had no idea. It just, crossed my mind to like music, but I didn't take it as serious. I didn't go to Berkeley. I didn't end up doing none of that stuff. Now, could I have done all that stuff? Absolutely. I could have went to that school and soaked up more knowledge and ended up going on tours early, but I didn't. So what I would say was shoot for the stars. As soon as you have something in your brain, don't just knock it off because it's only a dream. Those dreams are really how your reality should be. And people just believe that because your ceiling at your house is right here, this is all I'm gonna see. This is all I'm gonna do when I walk outside is the ceiling at my house, which is gonna be a teacher, it's gonna be a janitor. Wow. That's it. And when I say sky's the limit, it's what I mean. Like if you see something else besides what you see at your house, that's something for you to do that's gonna be reality. But you gotta tap into that reality early and not wait until an opportunity comes for it to be reality.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yo, you blessed us.
Nah, thanks.
Yo, you blessed us. You were ready, you was ready from gate. Like when I first reached out, and I didn't even reach out first. It's funny because the first way how it happened, I forget, I had somebody on the show and you was on maybe in the comments or something. And I was like, yo, I'm coming for you. You know what I'm saying? And you was like, yo, bet. And then I think shout out to Doug Leader.
Oh yeah, Doug.
Shout out to Doug.
Yeah.
Another one that, as a student inspired me. But he was like, yo, I was like, yo, he was like, when you going, you need to get Larry Friday on the show. I was like, yo, I already reached out to him. Like, I was like, yo, we already working on this, and this is why, yo, the passion and the authority that you spoke on today, and I love it because it's another avenue. Like it's just a whole different avenue, man. Like, and that's what I'm trying to do on this show is to bring all of these different roads in terms of success, because I think a lot of times when we see like, all right, this ain't the path for me, we immediately believe that it's something wrong with us, that wasn't the path for me. And that's why I love hearing these other paths of success, because it gives one more, like, kind of like a lifeline to someone to be like, all right, this didn't work, or this is not my path. But you know what? I was listening to Larry Friday. He was saying, yo, dream bigger. Like, it may not be college. You know what I'm saying? It may be entrepreneurship. You need to research that business. You need to find out how to get an LLC. You need to find out about the importance of credit. That's what we're trying to bring.
LLC is $150.
Yo, that's
like you spending $150 to have your own business. What you do after that is up to you.
It's up to you.
But you should never just like, it's crazy, man. Like people see this stuff on the side of trucks and be like, oh yeah, no, it's really just that. It's that little, and after that, it's really on you. Like, and 2 months down, and 2 months of our business, we got our own business. We got our own van. You know what I'm saying? We got our own van, too much in our business that we knew nothing about, bro. Like, so and I'm super grateful for it because, like, people be like, oh, a cleaning business, how much money can you make out of that? Bro, I can show you my numbers, bro. You know what I'm saying? And
listen, I know.
Cocky about the numbers. It's just that other cleaning companies will show, like, there's money in everything that we do. There's money in cleaning. There's money in doing construction. There's money in everything that we do. You know what I'm saying? But nobody will ever believe that. Nobody will ever believe that I'm gonna make no money doing cleaning. You know what I'm saying? I promise you, I don't have to wait every Friday to get a paycheck. Because I can go into my account and go buy groceries right now. I can go buy whatever I want right now. I can go shopping right now. And it's not the fact that I'm rich or I have money. It's just the fact that I established myself to be able to afford the kind of stuff that I want and to get more money for my family. So that's exactly what I intend to do. And not only with my cleaning business, but whatever music opportunities I get and whoever other hands I shake, who knows that next year I might shake hands with somebody who does window cleaning. I might do that too next. You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't know. Like,
and like, I need a window cleaning contract. What you go like, and it's like, all right, yo, we on that. You know what I'm saying? Like, that is you. Shout out to you. We definitely, on this podcast, these are the stories, Larry, that we bring into the people.
Yeah. Cool.
Lot of love in the chat for you. and what you have done, which is deserved. And I just hope that those of you out here who are listening in, share this podcast, share this energy, because this is energy that our young people need to hear this. They need to hear this, real talk. And if we're not, then we're doing a disservice. So definitely, you are definitely family to the show, fam. I will be reaching out. I'm just letting you know. I will be reaching out for another episode because there's a lot of other things I want to get into, with you. But we definitely respect, what you're bringing to the table, man, and keep doing your thing. Keep doing your thing.
Sure.
If there's any last words, I like to give guests an opportunity. If there's any last words or anything that they want to share with the audience, before we sign out, feel free.
Thanks, Ray.
Shout out to Ray.
Yeah, man. Like I said, like the stuff that I'm doing to me is little. I believe that it's going to be a lot more because now I know what I'm supposed to do on this earth. I am supposed to be a boss. I'm supposed to be an entrepreneur. I'm supposed to be a CEO. And that is what I believe. I don't believe in nothing else. So for the rest of my life, that's what I'm going to be doing. And my kids are going to end up doing that too. It's just how it's going to go. Like if they choose to be teachers, then they're going to be principals. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's just how it's going to go, bro. True. Like we're not going to settle for nothing low. Like I did that as a kid. You know what I'm saying? I remember like my mom and dad, I loved them. Like they showed me the way of life that like was amazing. Whatever they had, they gave, you know what I'm saying? And I choose to do that and just broaden up the scale and just, be able to do more for the family.
I love it. Yo, I love it. I love it. I love it. Shout out once again, Larry Friday. Yo, check this brother out. Another level. And I knew it was coming. I knew the energy was coming and I knew he was ready. You know what I'm saying? Like I told him, I was like, yo, I'm gonna hit you with the link at 6:50. Right. So 6:53 come. He like, yo, I'm waiting. And I'm like, oh, like,
yeah.
Like he was ready with the heat, and I respect that because it's like, this is the message, that we need, this is the message that the community needs. And this is the reason why I do this show. So with that said, to all of the folks who joined out tonight, it was crazy love in the chat for you, bro. Crazy people supporting the show tonight, and that's a salute to you, and the energy that you bring. I just tell you, yo, keep doing it, keep doing your thing, and keep giving back. I'm gonna find a way. I'm trying to get you. I'm already thinking of like, yo, how can I get him into my school to talk to young people? So I'm working on that right now in my mind. I'm like working on like, how can I make that? How am I making that happen? So when you hear, when I reach out, just be ready. You're like word up, be ready. But the Purpose and Practice podcast, this is what we are all about. These are the stories that we're trying to bring to the community and bring to the people. When I say I'm inspired by what you're doing, yo, it's an understatement.
I appreciate it.
Word is bond. I'm inspired, like I'm motivated, by what you're doing, and yo, just keep on doing it. So to all of you out there, thank you for joining, and peace out to you, and peace and love and safety, man. In these crazy times, stay healthy with your family. With that said, shout out Aunt Miller, yo. You know you my bro.
Sir.
Yes, no doubt. Shout out to him and to everyone else who joined in tonight, and especially shout out to you, Larry. And on that note, we're gonna bring it back. My brother, Mr. Encore, with the crazy intro, crazy outro, we gonna hit that right now.
Going crazy too, man. Definitely.
Yo, crazy.
Too, you know what I'm saying?
Yo, crazy. Like I said, that's the brother that motivated me to be like, yo, I'm gonna do this podcast. It was based on his work, and that's why he was the first guest on my show. So definitely shout out to him. Much love and peace to y'all, everybody, man. Everybody in Human Family. Peace.
It's a 9-core banger. Dr. Ross dropping knowledge to the masses. Man, you now tuned in to purpose and practice. Ayy, yeah, purpose and practice. Keep your mental sharp, learn all the tactics. Dr. Ross dropping knowledge to the masses. Man, you now tuned in to purpose and practice. Ayy, yeah, purpose and practice. Podcast game, ayy, he got it mastered. It's 9-core.